if you do not want to see any spoilers for No Way Home, do not watch the rest of this video. Do not watch.
Do not watch
the rest of this video.
That is your warning.
That is your warning. If you are spoiled, do not yell at us. Do not look in the comments.
Don't look in the comments. But if you comment, put some little like warnings.
Yeah, put warnings.
Put warnings. You know.
Put warnings. Enter a few times.
Enter.
Then write it.
And then write it. Yeah. Are we all on the same page?
One more time.
We good.
If you don't want spoilers, do not move forward. Leave now. I'll give you some time.
Go ahead.
So we almost died.
Yeah.
On the way home from seeing No Way Home, the universe decided that it wanted us gone. So we're fine. No car accident. But someone did make a U-turn in the middle of the road while I was right next to them and almost hit us and swerved us off the road.
I just had an existential crisis realizing No Way Home. We was about to be no way home.
It was about to be No Way Home. It was about to be gone. Gone. Guys, the movie was so good.
Oh my
god, it was so good. Oh my god. My main question, right, is where is this movie in the timeline? Because where the shows are, like, do they know about Peter Parker? Do they know who he is?
I don't know if you noticed. I mean, it has to be after WandaVision, but we knew that because WandaVision was before Far From Home. But what I noticed is when they showed Aunt May's grave, they covered all the dates.
They did.
They covered them all.
They did cover the dates.
And I remember I was like,
they didn't want us to see
when it was. Yeah. It said blank
to 20 blank.
To 20 blank. Yeah.
Yeah. They covered it.
I was like,
so it's like, why don't they want us to know? But also, Matt Murdock is in it. We're like, well, they're asleep. Okay.
That was a silent scream.
It was. But Matt Murdock, Daredevil, like, obviously he was confirmed, but I was like, he's in this movie. Oh, my baby. I love him. I love him so much. I'm so excited. There were so many surprises, as I said in before. There were so many surprises.
And surprises.
Like,
so are we gonna talk about? Are we gonna
talk about our boys? Oh my god, our whole Christmas attire is still up. We don't care. Anyway, our boys. Literally, everything about them was fantastic.
It was amazing. First of all,
this movie was what they wanted Spider-Man 3 to be. To be honest.
Spider-Man 3, the original Spider-Man 3.
The original Spider-Man 3, yeah. 3. This is what that, like, producer, this is what they wanted that movie to be. And Sam Raimi was like, we don't have the qualifications for that yet.
The jurisdiction.
We don't have that.
Brooklyn is not zoned for that.
Exactly.
I really, really like that they had Andrew come first because he deserved his moment.
Yes.
If it was Toby first, then Andrew's would have been a lackluster.
Yeah, and they knew that. They had to build up to Toby too.
And like it just would have been like I can't explain myself. Yeah.
Because like at first when he opens the thing, you're just like, okay, Tom. And then you're like, wait a minute.
No. As soon as I saw the silhouette, I was like, that is not Tom Holland's silhouette.
Because when he opened it, I was just like, oh yeah, it's Spider-Man. And then I was like, wait a minute, who is that? I was like, who is that? But then I was like, is that Toby or Andrew? Is it Toby or Andrew?
That I didn't know. Somehow
It is 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who was texting you?
I have no idea.
But,
yeah, I didn't know which one it was, but I did know it wasn't Tom.
I was just like, I don't know who this is about to be. I do love the, like, erasing him from everyone's memory. Mm-hmm. Which I remember when I saw, or when, like, Aunt May, like, found out. Like, when she first found out. Which also, R.I.P.
We'll talk about it.
We will. When they first mentioned Aunt May, it was after I read a Daredevil comic where he, like, everybody had found out. It's basically like this movie. I forget what it was called, but everybody found out his identity, and he used the purple guy, I forget his name, who's the villain in Jessica Jones. He, in the comics, has kids, and his kids have to be, like, separated because when they're together, they're, like, super powerful, and they're, like, purple children. But basically, they have the power. They can, like, erase everyone's minds. Like, they can, like, control people's minds. So, like, he goes to them, or they find him, or whatever, and they erase the world's minds from knowing who he is. And, like, this just reminded me of that. And I remembered when they first had Aunt May see Peter, I was like, I wonder if they'll just erase everyone's minds. And they did! So I guessed it a little bit.
Why does it look like it got even darker?
I don't know. This video is having a lot of... But, yes, back to Aunt May.
R.I.P. to a baddie.
I know.
That was sad.
That was so sad.
Eyes was a little misty.
I know. Peter just can't, like, he can't win.
No.
And Tom be acting his ass off,
he
bro.
Really does.
He be acting his ass off. But once Aunt May died, we were like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
Everybody else is solid.
But they did scare me at the end.
With Tobith?
With Toby.
They did.
With Tobin. With Tobias.
They scared us.
They stabbed him to scare us. For no reason. Then he's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people called Andrew saving MJ.
You know, yeah, a lot of people did. And my thing
they were like, that's his... He gets to, you know, redeem himself.
I think it was an important scene for him. I almost teared up there again.
Yes.
Because another person who'd be acting his ass off, Sir Andrew. But
look, like we said before, Andrew's great. Such a good Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's great.
Like, the movies weren't even that bad.
Yeah. They just weren't that
great.
Good.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
The one criticism that I have about this movie is that they kind of, in my opinion, did a Jennifer Lawrence with Zendaya. Like, I noticed when, like, obviously that's his MJ, like, that's whatever, but, like, it was kind of Ned first, and, like, Ned was his best friend, and I feel like he kept getting pushed to the back burner a lot of the time, and, like, I know that was kind of, like, a part of the joke, because Ned's like, oh, I'm your third, and stuff like that, but, like, even when he's talking to both of them, he's staring at MJ, and then he's like, oh, yeah, and Ned, and then goes back to MJ, and I'm like,
It didn't really bother me that much until the end, after they were all erased and they went to MJ first, and then Ned was there. I kind of felt like he would go to Ned first. He would go to Ned
first, right? It just feels like they're, like, I don't know if it's because she's Zendaya, or just because it's MJ. Either way, it felt like they were really, like, pushing her, and it's like, it can be both. Like, I mean, but, like, it's like his best friend came first, and, like, you know, I don't know. It's just like maybe that's just Peter's personality. He's one of those people that he gets into a relationship and forgets his best friend. I don't know. But yeah. And when she's wearing the Black Dahlia, like, where do you think you got that from? She's like, I don't even remember where I got this necklace. I just have it.
It just means so much to me.
Yeah, she's like, I really like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, William Dafoe. Sir.
I bow down to you.
Oh my goodness.
When he was punching him and he was laughing.
But he's terrifying.
He's terrifying. So scary.
As soon as that switch happened, which, like, you knew immediately.
You can feel it.
See it.
You can see it. You can feel it.
That is scary. I was terrified.
I just want to say that the fights in this movie were really good.
Really
like,
good.
I feel like at the beginning, they were very, like, excuse me. At the beginning, they were very, like, Spider-Man fight. Like, kind of when he was fighting Doc Ock for the first time. And then when he was fighting Green Goblin, like, it got dark.
Everything around Green Goblin, like, here's the thing.
I'm like, he now has 2 Spider-Mans that hate him.
Yes. Wow. But here's the thing about Green Goblin and the first Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man was so cheesy and ridiculous. Like, in the best way, obviously. Love it. But it was so cheesy and ridiculous that we didn't get to, like, fully tap in to the Green Goblin and William Dafoe like we did in this movie. And I'm so glad that we did, because, like, once you give William Dafoe an inch, he runs miles.
And, like, the funny thing is that when they're fighting all the other guys, like the smaller guys, I'm like, there's still 2 more people out there. I'm like, y'all fighting 3 people right now. There's still 2 more people. Mm-hmm. And then Doc Ock. But then when he came, I was like, but you're fixed. I was like, you're fixed. Yeah, so you're good.
Slightly concerned that I know when Electro was gonna
mess it up. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
And I think they wanted you to be concerned about that, so when he came, you were like, ooh.
First of all, when Electro picked up the arc reactor, I was like, oh my god, they done gave this man the arc reactor.
That's not good.
Also,
and it wasn't good.
Also, Happy was arrested. So, like, how'd he get out? It was Matt Murdock, his lawyer. But also, we were saying... What?
Oh. He didn't get out until after the spell was made so that everybody forgot who
Peter was?
Peter was, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess that would...
Because he saw Aunt May, and then he got arrested, and then we didn't see him till the end.
Yeah.
So...
I guess they were like, we don't know why we're holding you. But I thought they were holding him because they said that he stole, or that there was missing stuff from Stark Industries. So I feel like without Peter, they would still be like, there's missing stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they were looking for the stuff because of Peter, because of mistake.
I don't know.
What was I about to say? Don't remember. Mm-hmm. Hate that Dr. Connors is British. I hate that lizard is British.
I'm glad, like, no offense to him as a villain, but I'm glad that he was in it at least. Oh, they did Jamie Foxx so well.
I know.
Because, like, he was so funny. Annoying in his movie. Yeah. And they just, like, he just wasn't done well.
Yeah.
And he was great. He was Jamie Foxx great. He was what he could have been in that movie.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
And now he was just so good.
Oh my god, he thought that Spider-Man was gonna be black. That was hilarious.
That's why he loved him so much. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, you're
a Caucasian.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's fine.
That's fine. But there's gotta be a black one somewhere.
He was like, yeah, I'm sure there is. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so great seeing all 3 of them together.
It really was. Them flipping and flying.
Them talking.
I'm 3.
Yeah, he was like, I guess I'm the 3rd one. Okay.
You are amazing.
You are amazing. I need you to say it. You're amazing.
The back cracking scene. Just that whole, the talk
everything.
about
and they're
the
like,
organic webs.
Yeah. He's like, does it come out of anywhere else?
Hilarious. And this is a very satisfying movie.
It is.
They were not afraid of that. You know, they're not afraid to do what we wanted.
Yes. They were literally
about the conversations that we wanted.
Like, because
if you're gonna do it with all 3,
exactly. That's what they're like. They're like, it's not just gonna be them fighting together. Like, they have to talk.
They have to talk.
They have to sit there.
They
and
didn't
talk
do the pointing thing, but it's
no, they didn't do the pointing, but it's all right. Maybe because when they first met, it was very emotional, emotional scene.
Yeah.
Also, props to Zendaya and what the fuck is Ned's name?
Isn't it Jacob or Jason? There's something with a J.
Jacob.
You sound unsure.
It is very easy to look up.
I know, and also I put it on the screen. I know I'm not editing this yet, but I still don't.
Spider-Man No Way Home cast. Not Tobey Maguire being the first one on here. Y'all wrong for that.
Why is he first? Why is he before Tom?
Y'all wrong. Harry Holland. Tom Holland's brother's in this? I'm sorry. Why is Ned so... Where is he? This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Jacob Batalon. Batalon? I don't know how to say his last name. Jacob. Yes. So Jacob and Zendaya, great acting. Amazing acting. Doctor Strange was acting real iffy.
Real strange.
Oh
my god, the trailer.
Wait. Just first end credit scene. Right, Venom.
I couldn't remember for a second.
Venom. Yes. Venom. So he left behind a little goop.
A little goop. Bit.
So that's going to turn into a whole suit.
Whole thing.
It's going to be a whole suit. So that's fun. It's fun because it's like Sony's like, here, you can have a little bit of Venom, but we're going to keep our Venom.
Yeah.
And they're going to be two separate things. But you can get them too.
A little bit.
You can get a little bit of Venom.
A little.
Yeah, so Venom's here. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Then, all the way at the end, after Sony's giant logo, because they want you to know who owns Spider-Man, showed it to you at the beginning, showed it to you at the end.
Like a little logo sandwich.
It's like, we know, Sony. We know. You're annoying ass. They gave us a whole ass trailer.
Yeah, like they did for, I don't remember which Phase 1 movie it is that gave the Avengers trailer, but they did it again.
A whole ass trailer.
It was a whole trailer.
I was not expecting that. At first, I thought, like it. Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be a little Doctor Strange thing, and then it was like, boop, 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 whole trailer. I was like, oh.
We're getting a reaction.
We're getting a gift. Anyway, Wanda. Duh.
Lovely to see you.
And I'm just like, it didn't, like, they said it's supposed to be a horror movie, but that trailer didn't look horror, but maybe they're waiting to show, like, the horror elements of it.
It didn't look scary at all.
No.
It looked good.
But it looked like Strange Supreme was there.
Yes.
I was like, they're not going to show him.
All the people who didn't watch What If.
Right. I was like, they're not going to show him in What If and not.
There was a line. Oh, Peter was like, hey, where's your heart? I was like, if Doctor Strange lost his heart.
I know when like this stuff was happening, I was like, is this Strange Supreme? Because like, honestly, we don't know when this, maybe that's why they didn't show us the dates. Because we don't know when this happens in comparison to when Doctor Strange happens. So that could happen before this, and he's really Strange Supreme.
He was just acting a little sus.
He was acting real sus because I was also like, he seemed like he wanted a reason to use that spell. Yeah. Like when he was like, he's like, there's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do about it. He's like, unless this spell that I happen to know.
I just happened to come by.
Just happened to come by in my memory bank out of nowhere. It just seemed real sus.
Yeah.
So I think he might be Strange Supreme.
We'll see.
And Juan's out there
battling
for his life.
Can't wait to see the timeline order.
I know.
All these movies.
And Ned's a fucking wizard now.
Oh my god, good for my boy Ned.
I know. He said I feel tingles in my hands sometimes. So you should see your doctor.
Love that for him.
I know.
Doctor Strange was hanging for 12 hours.
It was a long time.
Did he pee in the Grand Canyon?
Probably. He said, you went to the Grand Canyon? He could have used your help.
I loved them. And their characters.
Yeah, they were them.
Very much them. And
they were their Spider-Man.
And their brands of humor, too.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Is there any other bases that we need to touch on? We talked about the end credit. We talked about the Spider-Man. We talked about the villains. We talked about the timeline order. Talked about Aunt May. Aunt
May, Zendaya, MJ, Ned, and humor, and acting. I feel like we might have covered all bases.
I think we covered all the bases. I mean, this whole thing has been us like predicting things, but any like predictions of like
just
further,
and other movies,
just like further things for Spider-Man. Obviously, we know that Venom may or may not be in the next movie. Oh, when the timelines were crackling together, and you could see like Rhino and Scorpion and like all the Spider-Man villains. I was like, ooh. But then it's like that happens, and it's like the other spider, like it's not just the villains that were coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody that knows who Peter Parker is.
Yeah.
So like maybe their MJs were there somewhere walking around
MJs,
like, what is
what's
happening?
Going on? You know, James Franco was just wandering the streets. Wandering around.
Like, is that my father?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you died.
Sir? He's like, Sir? Hey, stop trying to kill Peter.
Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Relax.
Like, well, you did it first.
For some of these people, I was like, man, they couldn't have been brought like 2 seconds later. Like Doc Ock. I was like, 2 seconds later and he would have been good.
Yeah. But no, because they were all like right before they died.
Yeah. Even the Sandman was like, because he knew it. He knew. He was like, yeah, we're cool.
Yeah.
So it was like,
really have a problem.
Well, because he also said that Harry had just died.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm fine. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I feel like that was also his role in his movie too. He was like,
he's like, I just care about my daughter. I don't care about all this.
I just want to get money to help my daughter.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
That's it.
The lizard. They're just like, he just wants to turn everyone into lizards.
I know.
Like, what is your issue?
His motivation was the weakest in his movie. Therefore, his motivation in this one is still, like, they didn't really have much to do with him, and that's clear.
He literally just stayed in the truck for most of the movie, and then he disappeared, and then he came back.
And so it begins. And he crawled out.
With his little British ass.
He was like, I didn't know you could talk. And I'm like, I wish you couldn't, to be honest.
Everybody didn't know he could talk. They were like, oh, hello. That's why they didn't even have Peter fight him. They were like, yeah, Doctor Strange got that.
Yeah. No. He went after Ned and MJ.
I know MJ should have pressed that button. Like, boop.
Yeah.
That's what, like,
you obviously, were annoyed.
Obviously, it's supposed to annoy you because you know that he shouldn't. But I was so annoyed. I was like, Peter.
I understand why.
Yeah, I understand why, but Peter, just
wouldn't be me.
Just press the button. If Doctor Strange, the man who saw all the timelines and told us that there was one that could help us, which some people think he did that to kill Tony. Well, anyway, if that man told me that I had to let these people die because they die in their own timelines, but I don't kill them. And then AMA said the line, and you know what happens when you say the line.
Nobody else needs that line is forbidden.
If anyone says, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know why you testing fate right now.
They gonna die.
You know what? I said it in the movie theater. And
before then we left. And then we almost died.
And now you just said it again.
Oh my God. Well, if I don't see y'all guys.
I didn't say it.
If I don't see you guys... You know what happened?
Good afternoon, good evening, good
Ishara is a superhero, so I have to be her Aunt May, her Uncle Ben.
Speaking of Uncle Ben, because it was brought up in the other movies, we've concluded that there seems to not be an Uncle Ben in the MCU. Yeah. The Uncle Ben is Uncle Tony, so
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, which is why they never brought him up.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's kind of like Peter from Into the Spider-Verse, like the Peter from our world. Mm-hmm. He was like lost Aunt May, got divorced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's it. It was a wonderful movie.
Great movie.
I enjoyed every second of it.
Where do you put it in your ranking?
Oh my God. In my ranking of what?
The Spider-Man movies.
That's a lot of movies.
You don't have to rank the whole thing. You just stick it up in there. Because I think
I would put it like fourth.
I think I would put it third.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. That was
2, Spider-Verse, No Way Home. I don't remember what I said the third was. I think it was Homecoming.
Yeah, I think I would. I don't know. Yeah, it might be third. I just think about the fight scene again.
Yeah, it was really good. So
what's on my face?
What do you mean? The thing
to focus
on your face?
It's like it's just sitting on my face.
I wonder if it's so dark because it's focused on a light in the mirror.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that just the Green Goblin fight in the building before Aunt May died. That fight was they were killing him, bro.
You know,
like he was not winning.
He was not. Toby method acting again. I think he really did get stabbed.
He had to. He had to have gotten stabbed.
I think he really did get stabbed. I do. And, like, maybe it's not Toby who does the method acting. Maybe it's William Dafoe. He's like, no, I'm actually going to hit you. Be prepared. You're just going to have to deal with it. Because that looked real. Yes. That looked good.
Also, when he was about to kill him, like, he was dead as about to kill him.
Yeah.
He was like...
That's why he had to step in.
Yeah.
Toby.
Because he knew.
Spider-Man 2.
Yes. He's Spider-Man 2. Yeah, because they were like, yeah, you gotta go in there. Because
he gonna kill him.
He gonna kill this man. So y'all saw the way he was punching him?
And then he gonna feel some types later on.
Maybe. It's like he definitely, well, it's like, especially with Green Goblin, it's so hard because you're like, this is literally just a man who's mentally ill. Yeah. Like, he's just mentally ill and he cannot control what he's doing.
No, I really did feel bad for him.
And that's why when he, like, had the serum, it's like, he's like, what did I do? And you're just like,
sat there, sad.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's like, damn. But I also want to know, how does this, like, pan out in their worlds?
I really want to know. I will take 5 to 7 more movies. I really would.
Like, if Toby and Andrew want to come back?
I feel like they don't, but if they do.
Andrew maybe. Toby, I feel like he's...
Toby was like, here you go.
That's why he was like, I got back problems.
Yep.
He said, oh my God.
He looked tired.
He said, so you going dressed as a youth pastor? Or... It's like, okay. Okay. And then he did the... They said, ugh. It's coming out of your wrist.
Why is it coming out? I know. It's right there.
Ew.
Like, yeah, we gotta, like, remake it. He's like, yeah, that seems like a hassle.
Yes. Also, Ned being like, I promise I won't become a villain and try to kill you. He's like...
Literally gets... Didn't we bring that up? We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad, Ned. It didn't seem in your character.
It didn't.
All the Harrys, but Ned, he's safe.
Yeah. They're just like, yeah, I did have a best friend. And he died in my arms after trying to kill me. Mm-hmm. It's like, it was tragic.
Guys, I want to know what's going on with Toby's MJ in his life. He said they worked it out. Do they have kids? Are they on and off? Are they just friends? Are they good? Did they marry? I want to know. I want to know his life.
What's going on with him and Kirsten Dunst?
All this made me want is more of him.
Yeah.
Just like, it doesn't even have to be a lot. Just so...
We can just see Peter Parker in his universe. We don't even need to see him be Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't need to see a fight. I believe it. But he got it. He was ready. So
yeah. Andrew being like, he doesn't have time for the Peter Parker stuff.
I like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. They talked about, like, the after, because we were saying that we never saw the aftermath, and him saying that he had all this rage. I believe it. I'm sure that was the plan for the next movie, for him to just be angry. Yeah, I'm sure, and that's why he's sitting there fighting Rhino. He just takes everything out on the bad guys. Mm-hmm. He's like, he worked it out. I'm proud of you, Andrew.
So proud of you. It's like, you did great in this movie.
You did.
Honestly, he, like, really... He, like, held it.
He needed the most.
Huh?
He needed the most.
He needed
for
the most, and that's why he got the most.
Yeah,
he had the most speaking lines, and like he had the whole thing with MJ and Ned in the beginning, and like it was cute.
He was cute. He was cute.
Yeah.
It was great.
But he always is.
He always is.
All right, now I think we're good.
I think we're actually done.
I think we're actually done, and whatever we have to say, we'll just say to each other.
Yeah.
All right, it is almost 3 a.m.
Yep.
I have a dentist appointment in the morning.
Yeah. So it was great. I'm very excited to watch the movie again. Because I will be.
Yeah. Whether you watch to the end or not, tell us. I mean, if you watch to the end, because this is going to be at the end, tell us what you thought of the movie. Assuming that you watched it because you're watching our video, because we said don't watch it if you haven't seen the movie. And put whatever emoji you want, whatever you feel like.
Any emoji, all the emojis.
Oh God.
Yeah, don't do all the emojis.
You're just asking. You're just asking for our comments to just be filled with spam, emoji spam.
I feel like you're tempting it even more though.
We're just tempting the fates. With great power comes great
That's enough.